Hi and welcome to today's video. I've actually got something different and it's how to save money or get items for free from the Hut Group. So basically, who are the Hut Group? Well, they are a big company that manage two of the biggest online retailers, Cult Beauty and Look Fantastic. So the Hut Group, I think, in order to improve their green credentials, and also I'm sure it will be a tax write-off, have encouraged and enabled recycling, because many items in the beauty world are thrown away and go into landfill. So this is their way of giving back and hopefully recycling, and also giving some incentive for their loyal customers to recycle. So I found this online earlier on this year and I wanted to try it and make sure it worked and give you my personal experience. So it's called Recycle Me, and it does have within it the logo for the Hut Group, and it has eco, so it is their eco scheme. So I'm not sure whether Recycle Me, the whole recycling is done by the Hut Group, or they've contracted it out to another company. I think it's a contracted out, but this app is Recycle Me for the Hut Group. So you download the app onto your device, and as long as your information corresponds with Cult Beauty and Look Fantastic, whichever one or both, then you can get started. So you look at the terms and conditions, you look at what they will accept and won't accept. They won't accept items that are flammable, they won't accept items that are not fully clean inside and out. I don't know how you go about cleaning a mascara pot or a wand. I don't, in a wand container, I don't know, but I think it's only as you try will you know what's going to work or not. I have done some makeup. I kept my makeup for the end of the year, all my empties, but ones that I don't like the colour of that I've used. I have sent some lipsticks, but I have taken the lipstick product out and cleansed the container. So when you've actually got some items that you feel you want to recycle, what you do is you go to the app and it takes a live photo of the item. So if you've got a lipstick container, you take a photo on a suitable background, and then it asks, what is the brand? What is it? So the brand, I don't know, Kaja, what is it? Lipstick, it's in a lipstick bullet, whatever. So it gives you the options to drop down, and then it says, do you wish to submit? Are you happy with the photo? Do you want to submit? You submit. So it then takes, they say, around 24 hours, but that is during a Monday to Friday for it to be accepted. So it leads me to believe it is looked at by somebody, or some people, a person. But I also think there may be some AI, because I've sent some, you can send photos and descriptions whenever you want in the 24-hour day, and I've sent it at random time during the night and it's come back as approved within minutes. So I think there is an AI component, but I do feel that it is looked over by humans as well, by people, because there have been some errors which are more likely to be human error or human inconsistencies. So 1 month I've sent an Elemis Pro Collagen Marine Cream or whatever, the next month another. This is just example, may not have been the exact same product, but I'm trying to give you an example, and the first time it's accepted, the next time it isn't, and you don't know why, because it met the requirements last month. Why does it not meet the requirements this month? And it's like, I don't know. So it can be a bit frustrating in that respect, but once you have had items photographed and sent up, you can send as many as you want for consideration at any given time. And once you've decided that you wish to recycle, you want to go and get that package off, then what you do is, from the items you've sent, you select 5, and then you let them know which 5 you want to send, and they will give you a QR code. So you need to package your own products up, so that means there is some expense for the packaging, but I recycle envelopes, padded envelopes and boxes that I get when we buy things online. So I try and pack them quite tightly so they don't jangle about too much, and I make sure they're secure. There are various ways they can be sent. You can either go to the Hut Group or various outlets. I don't know where they are, whether it means you've got to go to their offices, I don't know, but there's none near me. or you can go to the post office or get Royal Mail to collect. So I go to the post office and I go with my envelope, my QR code, which you don't need a QR code reader in your camera, it's already there on the app, and you present it and it's classed as a return even though you're not actually returning anything. That's what the post office may ask you, it's a return, and then they will make sure that your name and address is on the back, and they will then put the sticker, which doesn't actually have the address of where it's going, but it's electronic, and I think it has a code on, so they know where to send it to. Within minutes or hours of you handing over the package, you will get a notification to say the package has been received and accepted by the courier. And then you will be asked to select your reward, which is then a £5 reward for the 5 items that you've sent in the one package. And you've got so many days to select. I select it fairly quickly, and you've got 2 options, Cult Beauty, Look Fantastic, and you select whichever one you want. You can only send 1 package a day, up to 4 a month. And my recommendation is they need to be approved, because if you send items, apparently there's a way that you can send them without getting approval, but if they receive them and they reject the item, you will one of the 5 items in that package, you won't get your reward. So I make sure that the items I send are ones that have been approved, and they know what's in the box. Because if I said I'm going to put an LMS moisturiser in, and instead I put an Emma Hardy moisturiser instead, the risk is that box is then rejected. They will take the products, they'll recycle them, but you won't get a reward. So you have to be mindful that what you pack is what you've agreed to send, because they monitor what comes in, and they must be clean. And I think it's because people are handling dirty, mucky, insanitary items. It isn't pleasant. So, we need to do our part and make sure that the items are clean. But there may be some items, such as cosmetics, that may not be impossible to clean, and I don't know what happens. I've not had any problems at cleaning items up to now, but come at the end of the year when I've got a lot of makeup, who will soon see what happens, because I keep all my empties that I've actually used up to the end of the year. It's only items I've discarded because I don't like them that I will, not including my empties, and I will recycle early, if you know what I mean. They will accept perfume bottles if they're empty. So all of these items must be fully used and emptied. Now, except with perfume bottles, there might be a tiny drop left you can't get out. They're not too pedantic, they seem to accept that. I've certainly sent some 1 or 2 ml vials, spray vials, and you can't get every drop out, but I've had them accepted. If you have 5 vials of 2 ml of perfume that you've had as testers, you can send 5 in an envelope and you get £5 off, so it's £1 a vial. It used to be the same for sachets, but you could send 5 face masks, single-use sachets for £5. Now, basically each sachet is only worth 20p. You must send 5 in and you will get the credit for £1. So they can be sent as 1 item. 5 are actually 1 item, and then you might wish to send them with, say, 4 other jars or bottles. And then once you've got, even though there might be more than 5 individual items, once they're classed as 5 items, you can then send them off. So you may have 4 jars and 5 face masks in single sachets. That's just how it rolls. The regulations or rules were changed with immediate effect in early March. So I think it's a very good recycling system. Like I say, you can only send 1 box a day. I think it runs by month, but it's not clear. But I think it's by the calendar month. And I don't mean if you join at the 16th of a month, you've got the first month's recycling is till the 16th or the 15th of the next month. I think it's full months. So the way I do it is February, March, April, whatever, and that's how I've been doing it. And I didn't want to come to you until I'd actually got credit, and credit took a bit of a while to come through. I also am earning credit from buying things on Cult Beauty and Look Fantastic, but I am not spending the rewards that I get from this scheme, because I want to add them up and put them towards buying the Cult Beauty Advent Calendar and the Look Fantastic Advent Calendar. That's what I hope to do. But you don't have to do that. You could spend the credit each month, but I want to save it up. Like I said, that's been my experience. like I say, it takes a bit of a while for the credit to come, but you will be notified. And what I suggest you do is you take a note of the credit that you've earned from spending on the websites and also from recycling. And I suggest that you have a month each year where you spend, get your account of credit to zero. Because if you forget and credit only lasts maximum of 1 year, you could end up timing out and losing your credit. So what I'm going to do is by the end of December, use all my credit. So I start afresh in the new year. Hopefully this scheme will still be running. So, you know, let me know your thoughts down below. Are you interested in doing this? I mean, I think it's pretty fabulous. I mean, I've got a lot of empties that I produce each month. Now, you've got to be careful because you're limited by size of product, because the boxes can only be a certain size and weight, and not all face and body and makeup can be sent in. There are exclusions. But I tell you what I've been doing, I've been using a lot of my single sachets, which I've been collecting for a long time, and I've gone through all. I'm on my very last sachet. Now some of the, sorry, for face, I've got some hair care sachets, and the hair care sachets will be with 20p, but they're not single use. They might last me 6 or 8 times, but because they're in a smallish sachet, it's worth a 20p value, and I've got to wait till I get 5, and then I send them in as one item, if you know what I mean. But it means that I've really focused on my samples, and I've got to near the end of my samples, which has been great for me. And also I always keep my empties to show you at the end of the month. And I will, you know, I am taking them aside, and I've actually got more empties than I can recycle under the scheme, because you're only allowed to send 4 a month. Previously, prior to March, it was 8 a month you could send, and that meant you could earn £40 of credit. Currently it's £20 maximum. So if you send 6 parcels, you can do that, and the Hook Group will pay for the postage at the post office, but you won't be rewarded for any more than 4 packages per month. So I advise you, you know, because if you send 6 one month, you may not have very much for the next, so you would lose your credit. So I would equally put 4 a month aside for the rest of the year, which means you've always got the optimal credit back, and you can use that along with whatever credit you earn from spending at Look Fantastic. But it's not a requirement for either Look Fantastic or Cult Beauty that you spend money up front. It's a way of getting something for nothing. But I am a customer for many years of both of those companies, and I've bought a lot from the Hut Group. But it has been a really good, I think it's fantastic that they are recycling and encouraging recycling, and that you as a loyal customer are getting some reward back. So I can only say that it is positive. Once you go onto the website, it asks you if you want to convert your credit, if you want to activate your credit, and then once you've activated, you have 30 days to use it or it disappears. So I'm keeping all mine dormant. It's in my wallet, and then I will use mine towards the end of the year for advent calendars. I think that's what I'm going to be doing. If not, they will be spent probably, and you can stack them with discounts. For example, if you get a discount in summer, the summer sales or Black Friday, and you see a foundation that's 20% off, a £50 foundation down to 30, let's say 30, and you have £30 of credit, you get it for free. Or you might have £10 of credit, then you've got it for 20, you know. But what you need to be mindful is that when you buy online, then there will be a minimum spend for free shipping, unless you pay in advance to have free shipping. But also it depends on your level of expending. I'm like at the top level, I think, for all of them. So basically I have a minimal, is it £10 spend, and then I get free shipping. So it does depend where your level is on the loyalty programme. So I certainly wouldn't spend a £10 reward if I then had to pay £10 shipping, because it doesn't seem to make sense. So try and optimise the credit through sales, or just splurge. That's when I say splurge, just treat yourself. I'm not encouraging people though to be racking up debt. Please don't think I'm doing that, but it's just a way that if it suits you, suits your personality, how you like to spend and save money, then you know it's entirely up to you. But for me, it's been a positive experience. But can I say thank you very much for watching. I'm just looking to see if there's any other things I needed to say. no, I think I've got everything included. Let me know your thoughts down below. Have you used this scheme, or are you now going to use this scheme? Because I think it's a matter of the more people become aware, it's not going to harm any of us, because it's in the best interest of Hut Group to recycle. And I think when they've gone for £20 a month, that's reasonable that they're going to give as a bonus to customers. £40 was great, but perhaps not sustainable for the company. But like I say, I'm very, very happy. Please let me know your thoughts down below, and let me know if you're going to join or you have used this scheme. But can I say thank you very much for watching, as I do appreciate that your time is valuable, and thank you for spending some of your very precious time with me. Hopefully I shall see you soon in another video. My next one is probably going to be my empties, and some of those products will be recycled in April to recycle me. So I'll leave the details down below. Otherwise, thank you. Please take care of yourselves, and